Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red 2 Chatter, the podcast about everything Star Wars.
You are our host, Dallin Wilson.
Yeah, you are our host, Dallin Wilson. I'm your host, Dallin, and I'm with my two other hosts and brothers, Jay and Ryan. This is kind of a family thing.
Hello, everybody.
Has been from the beginning.
Yeah. So, we got some pretty interesting news to talk about.
Well, of course, the biggest news of the week, and we'll just get right into it from News Around the Galaxies. J.J. Abrams returns to direct Episode 9 after the removal of Colin Trevorrow. What say the panel? We'll start with you, Ryan.
I mean,
want to start with me? Okay.
Yeah, start with you.
I'm okay with it. I'm kind of sad that Trevorrow isn't going to be able to do it, because I kind of like the different flavors of the I'm assuming I'm going to like the different flavors of the different directors. I don't know, because I haven't seen The Last Jedi yet to see if I'm going to like Rian Johnson or not, but I don't know. It's just, I would like to maybe see it where it's a little more like something different from each director. I'm sure it would have been totally, it's going to be different because they're not the same person. But I'm okay with J.J. Abrams coming back and finishing the story he kind of started, so...
Right, the biggest knock, and this is just coming from other, YouTube personalities and stuff that I watch, the biggest knock on J.J. Abrams is that he's a great starter of things and, a great setup man. He just doesn't... He's never been proven to finish, be a finisher and, close out a project.
Yeah. Now... I would be cool with it if maybe J.J. Abrams talked with Colin Trevorrow and maybe got some of his ideas and maybe can incorporate Colin Trevorrow into the project. But kind of how do you say, like an outside man, kind of.
I'm almost sure that J.J. Abrams is well aware of Colin Trevorrow's take on the story. And I bet J.J. Abrams was even one of the people that read the initial script.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Because he's one of the producers of the show as well.
Yeah.
When he's helping produce Last Jedi, you'll see him in the credits as one of the producers. So I'm willing to bet that he's been, with the whole process as far as what the Colin Trevorrow. So I'm sure he knows his vision.
What
his vision was going to be. At least the initial vision. Things change all the time, obviously. Yeah. But I also think that J.J. Abrams, I'm willing to give him the shot because you're right, he did start this whole thing.
Yeah, and Force Awakens was a good movie. It was a little bit almost
too similar
to A New Hope.
Yeah,
but that's what we needed to get everybody sort of
back into it.
The feel.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Had that feeling. When I walked out of Force Awakens, it was like, that was a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and then there's some people that are like, oh, it's just the same old.
Right.
It's just, and really it's not. If you really think about The Force Awakens, it's not the same story.
It's a much deeper story than you give it, than other people give it.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially the critics out there that
because you don't have an old master and a young apprentice. You just have
Han Solo.
You just have Rey on her own trying to learn basically on her own how to do stuff. She doesn't have any guidance.
The closest thing to guidance is Han Solo.
Yeah, that's not Force guidance. That's just guidance.
Kind of, it's common sense guidance.
I don't know if that's the best life guidance person you want to learn from.
And Rey is thrust into this via Finn.
Where Luke's looking for it, in my opinion.
And just wants to get... Rey wants to go back home. That's the only thing she thinks about. I'll take you to where you need to go. I'm going back to Jakku. I've been gone too long.
Yeah, where Luke's like, I want to join the rebellion against the Empire. He's already wanting to do that.
He wants to go to the Academy. He wants to do this stuff.
He wants to get off of Tatooine.
Right. Yeah. And when he finds Obi-Wan, or Obi-Wan finds him, it's Obi-Wan gives him that extra push. Come with me to Alderaan. Learn the ways of the Force like your father. Oh, that's your uncle talking, You don't need to be here on Tatooine anymore. You have much bigger things.
Yeah.
Without saying all that, that's what Obi-Wan was hinting at.
Yeah.
Whereas Rey is a completely different character, a different set of circumstances.
Yeah.
Sure, they're both on desert planets. Okay, I'll give you that one. Who cares? They're both on desert.
I'm sure there's lots of desert planets.
Right.
Actually, I know there are lots of desert planets.
So, to point that out as one of the similarities, well, who cares?
Technically, Geonosis is a desert planet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a red desert.
But yeah, so I'm not. I don't have a problem with J.J. Abrams coming in and finishing it off.
I think most.
And I don't think it's even. I don't think it's even an ending or a finish to the series. It's just.
It's going to wrap up this trilogy, but it's going to leave you at a place where
it can move on.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people's fears is George Lucas, directed all 3 of the prequels, and we all saw how those turned out. So, I think a lot of people are just, scared of the same director coming in and directing another movie. Because, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That kind of mentality. So, right. I could see why people are worried. But, I mean, let's just go off the record here. Star Trek, I liked both of those movies.
There's 3.
No. I mean, the ones that J.J. Abrams directed.
Yeah.
Into Darkness and the first one. He didn't have anything to do with the third one. But I actually really liked those movies. And I think he did good on both of them.
Yeah.
And he did great with the Lost series, getting that started. I mean, that's where everybody's like, man, he started Lost, gave it its vision, and let other people kind of
finish it.
And then that was when it went downhill.
Right, maybe he would have finished it way different and maybe it would have been better.
Yeah.
Finish. Who knows? He didn't have the opportunity to finish it.
Yeah.
But also, J.J. Abrams wasn't the first choice. They offered it to Rian Johnson.
Oh, to finish
episode 9. I mean, Rian Johnson just, for lack of a better term, burned out.
Yeah,
he's been making Last Jedi for 2.
I'm sure he's probably sleeping on his couch, face down.
He probably didn't want to take on another 2.5 year project, basically.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? 2.5 years of your life. I mean, granted, I would love to be on Star Wars set for 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
I mean,
or 5 years. 2.5.
Tough job, and it just takes a lot out of it, obviously, or else I don't think he would have had a problem coming back.
Yeah.
It's not that he didn't want to, I just think he just felt like he couldn't.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't have it in him, have the energy going forward to do it. So they went to J.J. Abrams, and I think it's a great second, if that's your second choice, that's a great second choice.
Yeah.
I would like to have seen him maybe pursue somebody like Lawrence Kasdan. And maybe Lawrence Kasdan, because he helped with Force Awakens, maybe he'll help J.J. Abrams with this next movie as well.
Yeah.
Lawrence Kasdan pretty much wrote the Han Solo movie, the script. So I'd like to maybe see J.J. Abrams hooked up with Lawrence Kasdan and maybe not co-direct, but have a lot of Kasdan's vision. Yeah, for how it could wrap up.
Did they give a reason why Trevorrow was let go, or is there conflict?
There was some conflict.
That's what happens when
story, where the vision was going.
Okay, so it was. I thought maybe he got another gig because he's waiting on starting.
No. It was more of a Kathleen Kennedy didn't agree where Colin wanted to take the story, and Colin wouldn't let it go. He kind of let his ego get in the way and didn't want his vision to go. So they just came at an impasse basically, and Kathleen Kennedy said, "I'm the boss. You're out."
Yeah. Well,
who's up?
That's the way it works. I mean,
right.
She's got control.
And I like that about her, that she isn't messing around. She knows what the vision for the story should be.
Yeah, she has the people around her and herself.
And she has right.
But then again, I do want the directors to actually have some creative input.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But
they do. But
they do have to stay within
the
confines of
of
tone and where the movie's going. Mm-hmm. But I just like that Kathleen Kennedy's able to make those tough decisions as well, and not just let it go.
Yeah,
because you see some movie studios just let things go.
Yeah, that is the work of a good boss, right there.
When there's looming trouble already, and then they just let it go, and you end up with a movie that's not so good.
Yeah.
So everything else has turned out. I mean, I have no problems with Rogue One. They had a lot of reshoots that they had to do. They pretty much reshot. I don't know what it was. Ended up being 60 or 70% of the movie.
But it worked.
Drinking break.
We all drink at the same time. It was like a drinking break.
It was a triple drink. It's hot in here. It's dry.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm sad to see Colin Trevorrow go. I mean, I was like, because the way he was talking about, all this stuff that
Just
he
how
wanted to do.
passionate he was about
Yeah,
it.
it sounded like he was like really passionate about what he wanted to do.
Right,
It's sad to see him go, but
It sounds like that may have been what got in the way. It's like he was so passionate about his vision for it, he didn't want to let go of some things,
yeah,
and that was enough to show him to the door, I guess.
yeah. Speaking of episode 9,
Oh, yes. Well, on top of a new director, episode 9 has moved off its May date in 2019 and has been shifted back to December 20th of 2019. So it's going to be delayed 6 months.
I don't care. I mean,
Right.
it's like, what? How many years?
I actually
2
love-
years from now?
I actually
like
love the movies being in December.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, because it gives a consistent feel to it.
I mean, it would be
and-
nice to take back May because that's when A New Hope came out. But
I think
I
Han Solo will own May and
I think so
next
too.
year, so.
I don't have a problem with either. I kind of like that it's a Christmas type thing.
It's the
Or-
best Christmas present you could
Yeah,
ask
it's
for.
a great Christmas present.
Right. I mean, it's funny. You're going to have like family around to go see it. And
Yep.
with
Friends.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, being able to get with like a group of people and friends and family and go and watching it together. I mean, that's the cool part about it. And it's a
Definitely.
great time to do it in December when people are off school and
Especially,
whatnot, and
when you get
families
that
are getting together.
fan experience.
Right.
With all, the other fans around
Yeah, I mean the
you.
20th, man. That's real. That's almost Christmas.
Right, that's
I mean,
the
it's
week
right
off.
off,
Yep,
yeah.
5
I mean,
days.
5 days before.
Yep.
Yep.
So if you want to, you could go out there and make it a Christmas gift. You could buy your
Yeah.
Star Wars fans.
That's right.
Your
tickets.
significant other ticket.
Yeah.
I'd say any other things you want to mention about the movie? I mean, I think
It's not a big deal.
It's not like 8 hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah,
I'm not worrying about the
when 9's coming
when
out.
9 is
Right.
coming out.
I mean, it would have been cool to see it in 6 months earlier.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, instead
but,
of waiting 2 years.
Right.
you have to wait
like
a year and a half.
take your
Right.
time with it.
Yeah,
Right,
just
get the story
get
right.
the story right. Get the directing right. Get the everything down.
Get the
and-
movie right.
Yep.
Make a good movie. I don't care when it comes out.
Yep.
All right, moving on. So we're just going to get into some...
More interview.
Yeah. There was an interview with
Oh, which one?
Ryan
Oh yeah,
Johnson
that.
where he teases a link between Vader and Kylo, aside from the obvious link of them being,
Grandfather and
grandson.
grandson.
Right. Aside from that obvious link, Ryan Johnson teases another link, other links between the two, like similarities that they have, and not similarities that they have, as far as like how their character is built.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, in my opinion,
I don't think Kylo's ever gonna be like Vader.
No,
Well,
he's-
he said he's not Vader. At least he's not Vader yet, and that's something I really wanted to get into.
He's not
He said-
Vader because he's not disciplined like Vader.
No,
He's very much more out of control.
he doesn't have the same reasons for turning to the dark side as
as
Anakin did.
No,
He just doesn't.
I don't even know really what his reasons are. Do you? I mean,
Not yet. I mean, all we really know is that he wants to finish what Vader started.
Actually,
That could be anything.
This would be a
Yeah.
good. This would be a kind of an interesting thing. What if, though it would kind of contradict. But I was gonna say, what if Snoke came to Kylo, and he's like, "Dude, I'm gonna blow this galaxy up. However, you can save. Like, if you come with me, and train under me, then you can save the ones that you love, and you can pick and choose who you want to save, and I'll bring them aboard, and and they'll be saved from the destruction." Because I'm not sure what Snoke's end goal is. Is he gonna be like the Emperor, where he just wants to rule the galaxy, or does he actually want to legitimately destroy it and watch it crumble to his feet?
I mean, I don't know because the Starkiller Base just destroyed a whole bunch of planets.
It's
It wasn't
destroyed
like-
solar systems.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was gonna just. It was just stop the rebellion. It didn't even shoot at the guys that were coming after him. It just shot at their supporters.
Coruscant, yeah.
Right.
So I don't
Also,
know what the end game is for Snoke.
to me, so far, from what we know from Force Awakens, is Snoke's end game is to annihilate Luke, to get rid of the last Jedi,
Yeah.
or the most powerful Jedi left.
Yeah, there's basically one.
Yeah, there's only one.
Right.
Unless
So
Ezra's
to me,
out
to
there
me
somewhere.
that seems like Luke's or Lokes.
Lo-
Who the hell is Loke?
Man, you combined Luke and Snoke.
Or Loki and Snoke. I'm not sure where I was going. But Snoke, it just seems to me that, like, his sole goal right now is to find, like, he had to find Luke before the Resistance did, you know, because...
Yeah, I guess that would be his, because that's what he was after. He was after the plans. So
Maybe
he could
Luke,
go after Luke.
Maybe he's not after Luke because Luke is the last Jedi. Maybe Luke has something that he wants.
And maybe that's...
Or he just knows that Luke can bring everybody together. And
maybe it's that book.
Or maybe it's the Force tree.
Or the book.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's just a collector and he wants the book.
He's
a book collector.
Maybe he's an eccentric and he just needs, like, everything that...
He's right along there with...
all those collectibles.
Benicio del Toro's character from Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's just a collector.
He's just a collector.
Right. Who knows? So, I think there's another...
Oh, yeah, there's Mark Hamill.
Down.
No.
Another
quote from
Another quote from him?
Ryan Johnson.
I think he said a little bit more.
Where is it? Let's see.
Well, maybe not.
I guess not.
We'll just move on then.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's interesting, though. But apparently there's going to be...
Right, like, so he's not Vader yet. Like, he says he's not Vader. Well, he's not Vader yet.
I don't want him to be Vader,
Me neither.
I just want him to be him.
Yeah, we kind of got off a tangent on what Snoke wants.
Yeah.
What does Kylo want?
I think he just wants... Kylo does kind of want to be Vader. I mean, he wants to be as strong as Vader.
Right. Yeah, because when Rey said that about him, he really took that personally.
Yeah, that you're afraid
you'll never be as good as Vader.
Yeah.
As
strong as Darth Vader.
Yeah, so he took that very personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think
he sees Vader as like an idol.
I'm wondering if like Leia and Luke and everybody were always just talking bad about Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker, and that's what kind of pushed him that. You know, he's a freaking teenager.
Right.
And you're telling him not to do this. What
don't
are they
be
do?
like your grandfather.
They're going to go do that.
That's what Anakin would have done.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So you're wondering if that's not why he kind of turned the way he did.
Don't do like Anakin.
He was Force ghost of Obi-Wan and Yoda all wagging their fingers at him. No.
Yeah,
stop
You're
that.
going down Anakin's path.
Yeah, I just wonder if that's kind of
again,
how he fell down that path.
I heard that, Hayden Christensen is going to come back for Last Jedi and the 9th movie. Maybe as a Force ghost or maybe as a vision.
Yeah, but
and so
if you're going to have Anakin do it, he has to be the light side.
Yeah, so like one theory that our sister, Jordan, came up with was what if there are actually two spirits? One that is, of course, Anakin's Force spirit, the light side of him, but the other one is Vader's spirit. The dark side. The dark side spirit. And he's the one that kind of talks to Kylo and puts these messages in his head that he should be doing.
Or maybe it's Snoke imitating that it's Vader talking to him.
That could be.
Because that's how he's manipulating him.
He looks at the helmet and he's just like attached to it. He's attached to this.
We have no clue if Snoke even is Force sensitive Force abilities. We have no clue yet.
Nope, we have no idea.
Have to wait and see.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And we have Mark Hamill. He talks a lot of Star Wars in a recent interview.
I love that picture of him. It's pretty good.
And it's a fairly lengthy
one
conversation.
Is it up?
Well, I'm saying scroll up.
Okay. Where do you want me to go?
Scroll down.
Okay.
Move your finger up to make it go down. Does that make sense? It might be in that.
Is it? Are you sure about that? No, this isn't.
So it's what, a GQ interview in GQ magazine?
GQ? No, I don't think so.
Isn't that what it is? It's not GQ?
I think it's this video. It's a video.
Now, tell us what he said, Jay.
You watched the video. You watched the video.
I did watch the video. Well, he basically just talks about like his roles or his role back in A New Hope, and and how it's a lot of like sort of going over some of his older stuff. So if you want to check out the interview, I'd just say go to our Facebook page and click on the link. It has Mark Hamill's face
on it.
On the link.
doing that
doing
epic.
his little pose. Like this.
The finger bangs.
But I mean, it's a good interview with him, and he does talk a lot about like A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, and like when he first got the role of playing Luke and stuff.
Ah.
And doesn't like the interviewer tries to get him to
Reveal.
of course, make a reveal on the. It's like, will you use? He asked the question, "Will you use a lightsaber in The Last Jedi?" And of course, Hamill didn't answer it.
If I was Hamill, I'd be doing like just.
He had some smart aleck remark.
I mean,
that I can't remember.
That's smart.
To be
Hamill,
honest,
though.
if I was him, like, if I was playing a Jedi in, in a Star Wars film, and someone tried to ask me that, I would try to do the Jedi mind trick on him. You'll stop asking these revealing questions.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That's not the question you're looking for.
Yeah, that's not the question you're looking for. Okay, so we got...
Yeah, moving on to the next topic. Rebels, for its final season 4, gets a new airtime. It's moving to Monday nights, I believe.
No, Monday mornings, I
Well,
thought.
Monday at midnight.
Midnight?
Midnight's the first, then it's going to air like at different times on Monday.
Okay.
Really, all the way at midnight? Why
Yeah.
are they doing that?
Midnight release?
I don't know why they're airing the first one that you can watch on. It's actually would be midnight, I guess, Sunday night, but 12 a.m. Monday
Primetime
Morning.
television.
is when they're airing the first, and they're gonna double air some episodes. So they're gonna like have 2 episodes
Okay.
aired closer together, so
So it's gonna go quick.
it'll go quicker
Okay.
because they don't want to go beyond the release of Last Jedi.
Oh, so they're gonna
Gonna try to wrap
all
all 15 episodes up
So how
in
many series?
between.
15?
Yep, in between when they start and Last Jedi.
So October 16th to before
December
16th or 15th.
Yeah, 15th
15th.
Is for the Star Wars.
Yeah,
That one
yeah.
comes out
is
as
for
the
Last
15th?
Jedi. Yeah.
That was the 16th for some reason.
Well, the 16th might be the official day, but it's it
Um,
always comes out the Thursday.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at a calendar.
I mean, again, I'm excited for Rebel Season 4. Very excited.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter to me. I just record them and watch them recorded anyway.
Yeah,
'Cause I can't
'cause,
stand. I can't stand the commercials.
But that's a good
Yeah.
thing because you might be able to have 2 recorded that you can watch back to back
Yeah. And I mean,
in a week, and
So-
then the next week you get 2 more.
Ryan and I are very close to finishing
season 3.
4. Season 3.
Yeah,
We got 2 more episodes. Two more episodes to go
Yeah.
in Season 3.
When I walked in on them tonight, they were just finishing up the Darth Maul Obi-Wan
the
episode,
Twin Sons is the
The
name
Twin
of the...
Sons episode.
Yeah.
which is a good episode.
It is a really good episode. Ooh, jeez. But no, I'm thoroughly enjoying Rebels, and
Yeah, when
I will admit, I'm gonna hate to see it go.
me too. When it first came out, I wasn't all that interested in it, to tell you the truth. And then after watching the Clone Wars, I was like, oh, let's watch Rebels. So I went out and bought season. Well, yeah, I went out and bought season 1. Watched it. It was like, okay, got to buy season 2, and then I had to wait for season 3 to come out. Finally bought that, and I'll buy season 4 when it comes out too, even though I've already seen it.
We just binge
But
watch it again.
But I only watched like sporadically through seasons 1, 2, and 3. Maybe a total of 5 or 6 total episodes total.
Same here. Like, yeah.
I just never got into it. But now that I started it from the beginning, that's probably my problem. Is I didn't start it from the very first episode. Once I started from the first episode and started watching it all the way through, and without commercials, it's really good.
You get hooked.
Yeah.
You get hooked.
I mean, it's got its
'Cause-
like episodes that are geared more towards kids, like Chopper Base. You remember that episode from I think
one?
season 2,
Which one is that one?
and
I'm trying to remember what that one is.
it was one of the. It's like one of the episodes that doesn't really
Do anything?
further the story. It just kind of was like a filler episode.
Mm.
And that you do come, especially in like I think first season 1 and season 2 had more of those. As
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
into season 3 and 4, there's less.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
definitely.
I'm assuming there'll be less in 4
Well,
since they're
since
going to try
there's
to
only
ramp
15
this
There's
up.
only 15 episodes.
I think each episode will progress the storyline
for
the characters.
Yep.
I'm excited to see where the characters will end up by the end of it,
Yeah, that's
and also how character relationships will probably change.
Well,
and-
even if some characters survive, we don't. I'm guessing there's going to be a few of them that just don't make it.
I probably shed a few tears by the end of season 4, just like
Yeah,
just like I do every time I watch Clone Wars when Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order.
the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
When Anakin runs out there and tries to get her to come back, and she just tells him I can't. Like, oh man, it just
So
hits me every time.
yeah. But like, there are some nights though where Ryan, Jordan, and I will be watching Rebels, and then we're just sitting there in silence, looking at the menu screen, like, one more.
One more.
Let's watch one more. One more.
Yeah, we're terrible at that. Everybody's tired, wants to go to bed, but it's like, hey, nope, one more. Let's watch one more.
It's midnight, but one
We
more.
gotta finish the disc.
There's
one more episode on the disc. We gotta finish this disc.
Might as well finish the disc. Yeah. So, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little apprehensive about knowing it's going to be the last season.
But it's also,
But it also means that there's going to be something
new
coming.
Yeah.
Right. So that's
which is always exciting too.
Right.
It's kind of disappointing to watch it end, but it's also exciting that you're going to get something new. And
all right, we've hit Dallin's favorite story.
Hey, would you like at the time? It's pork time.
It's pork time.
Yes, new intel on the Porgs has been revealed.
So apparently, apparently there has been some stuff that has been released about them, and let's see if I can find what it said. First and foremost, they can fly short distances, which would explain the early concept art of a Porg perched atop R2-D2.
So we know they can at least fly from the ground
To
the height
up,
of R2-D2.
So like 3 feet.
Right.
flap their little wings.
So they're not quite like penguins, because
Kinda like
penguins
chickens.
can't lift off at all.
Kind of like chickens, because
Yeah, more like
chickens
a
can
chicken.
float up in the air a little bit.
They can
Get a-
fly a little bit, not
Yeah.
much.
No.
They
get
can
a
get off
little
the
air-
ground at
little
least,
airtime,
but
right.
yeah,
Yeah, where penguins, no, they can't do anything except for jump into the water.
Right.
yeah.
And then it's really more just falling than jumping.
Yeah. Or
They're just diving.
sliding
Yeah.
down the ice into the water.
And apparently, word on the internet is that The Last Jedi's furry little mascots are on Octo for some reason. So perhaps they
For
have
a reason.
Yeah,
it says.
for a reason.
Like, yeah, that means
There's,
there's
a purpose for
for
them to be there.
So perhaps they have an historic connection to the Last Jedi temple. Maybe they're like little. Maybe these guys aren't the
Maybe they're
caretakers.
like a little early warning system. Their little chirps and stuff, or
They're like an alarm system.
Or maybe they can sense the dark side,
maybe.
Maybe.
and therefore
They're
they
like-
can give
like-
warning if
Maybe they're like pure light side creatures,
yeah, and they
like
can,
kind of force creatures.
and they can
force-
detect the dark side.
That'd be interesting. Also, on the image that is on the thumbnail of this link that we shared on our Facebook post, you can see two very interesting things on their
Their
anatomy. They have clear eyelids, which you can see in the thumbnail a lot better because you can see where the lids kind of can split apart. So this one's like closing his eyes right now.
Yeah, they close that.
So they
like,
kind of have like snake eyelids where they can, and then they have two little fangs on, or actually four little fangs.
looks like they have teeth on the
I'm
top
guessing
and
they
bottom.
catch fish.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
guessing
probably
so.
carnivores.
Yeah.
Carnivorous
And
creatures.
since they're mammals,
They
teeth
could be
would make sense.
omnivores.
They could be omnivores. I mean, they could
both.
You could be like a penguin, type thing where they dive into the water,
Well,
swim.
that's what I'm guessing that they
catch
do
them.
catch fish.
Yeah,
It'll be fun to see them.
yeah. I'm excited.
I'm curious about what kind of role they're gonna play. If it's just gonna be like a little,
A cute little thing.
yeah, like a cute little thing to like for the younger kids.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Jawas were a little
Yeah,
bit,
right.
maybe. Or-
I don't want to go say the Ewoks, but kind of like the poop jokes were for Phantom Menace. Yusa, all that stuff.
As squeeze me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Jar Jar was supposed to be. He was supposed to just be. They should have just left him like on. Why did they take him?
Why'd
with
they
them?
take him with it?
I don't get it.
Yeah, they didn't need him after
They should have
got...
just told Boss Nass, here, you can put him in prison here. Please keep him locked up.
Or once they got to Naboo, there was no real reason to take him with you.
Right.
You got through the planet core.
To take him past Theed, where they got to the capital of Naboo, Theed, and there was no reason for him to leave there.
No.
Yeah, no.
He could have just
Amidala should have just set him up in a little room. Oh, here, you can stay with us.
Yeah, since
all right.
the Gungans are throwing
Don't
you
touch
out.
anything.
Don't touch anything.
Right.
Because after that, he serves no purpose.
No, not really. I mean,
None. Like,
The only purpose that
does
he
he
serves...
save anybody?
He saves Qui-Gon
Does he?
once. Because he tackles him to the ground. Or no,
That was before.
That was before.
That was before they left.
Oh,
Theed.
yeah, true. The only purpose that he served was to lead them to the underwater city.
No, yeah.
And
then
that was
after,
it.
Then after that, he was just the final vote to friggin' give Palpatine a whole bunch of power.
Yeah.
Right. That was a bad reason to have him around.
I guess he distracted that one guy from seeing them secretly sending supplies to Ryloth. He distracted Gunray. Newt Gunray.
I'm just talking about the prequels themselves. He did nothing. I'm talking about just in Phantom Menace when we first meet him. He doesn't have any purpose to the story
except for
to get the kids on the fart jokes and
to get Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan to
Boss Nass
to Boss Nass to get a way to get to Naboo, but that's it. After that, there's really no point for him.
Right, because even his bungling idiocy during the battle when he's flinging the little charges around, like, because he's not really doesn't know what he's doing. He gets lucky.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Han Solo is right. It's luck. It's not.
Yeah.
Yes, Obi-Wan. There is a such thing as luck.
Yeah, bullcrap, Obi-Wan. You saw it in Jar Jar.
We saw Jar Jar do it.
Yeah, just pure luck.
All right, that's a complete tangent there.
But it's true.
We'll get back on track. All right, we're moving on to Tashi Toy Station. And we have a new comic series coming out in December that's going to be focused around the planet Crate.
From The Last Jedi. It's the red sand planet.
Right, it's the planet you see the speeders go across and they're kicking up that red sand behind
basically
them.
Like the salt flat planet.
This particular planet Crate is also heavily featured in the new Leia book.
Okay, so that's what I was wondering, because I saw the picture, and I'm like, that's Luke and Leia. They're going to be on Crete, apparently, at some point.
The interesting thing about this is...
Right?
Yes.
So it's not just the movie. It's not just the movie. So they're going to bring Crete in way earlier in the Star Wars
in
story.
the canon, right? It's gonna, yeah. This comic book will take place earlier in the canon.
Do you know when it's supposed to be?
I'm not sure, maybe the time period.
Before
he still has his blue lightsaber.
Before Empire Strikes Back,
in between Empire and Return, maybe?
No, because
he has a blue
lightsaber.
Yep. He has a blue. So
it's in between New Hope
and Empire. So I'm interested to see what happens.
I think they just visit this planet Crate, and you get to. Apparently, there's a base on there or a rebel outpost. Yeah, that was located there,
and they turn it into a resistance outpost for.
So basically, like Dantooine,
the New Order.
Yeah.
The crate actually reminds me, just from like the imagery that we've seen so far, it reminds me a lot of the Void from Clone Wars. Just the look of it, just pure white field.
Yeah, but they got big cliffs.
They got cliffs, but I'm sure like the Void had cliffs. They were just like on the other side of the planet.
I think your description earlier was better, like a giant salt flat looking thing.
Yeah.
But it's got red sand instead of
just kind of underneath like this.
The white is like the surface.
It's like it's like your
it's
white
like
would
dust.
be like the salt.
Yeah, the salt. And then the red is the red sand underneath. I really like that design for some reason. It's really interesting.
I mean, I'm interested in this comic, but it also makes me real interested. I've heard great things about the Leia book, the Princess of Alderaan.
Oh, there's an actual book?
Yeah.
There's the picture
that I definitely want to pick up.
I think that's very interesting because a lot of people, when they first saw that like teaser trailer where all of them are driving across Crate and those little speeders and the red dust is getting put, I think a lot of people thought that it was actually coming from the ships.
No, nope, they just dragged that thing.
Yeah, they just dragged it
They're
across.
dragging a little needle.
Yeah,
and I think it's like building a smoke screen behind them for like
whatever's coming next.
Right, to hide whatever is the next wave of attack.
Man, I'm loving.
They use it to their advantage.
Yeah. I'm thinking that these guys are gonna most likely take on the Atom 6.
I'm loving the comic books, but man, I can't keep up with them.
No, me neither. It is so tough.
There's so many of them.
Yeah,
I'm starting to wait until they come out in the whole. Once
the volumes.
The volumes
you get
come out in the volumes.
Yeah, the trade paperbacks.
I'd be at the comic book store every day trying to keep up with all
every Wednesday you'd have to be there
to
get the newest one because they just come out like that.
Yeah, and there's so many of them now that I just can't keep up anymore.
Right. And going into our next topic for Tashi Toy Station, which we're not really talking about toys, we're more talking about books and comics this week.
Yeah.
This next book that we're going to talk about is definitely on my to-buy list, and I want to get the audio version of it and the the
Actual
book version of it,
Yeah.
because the book is called From a Certain Point of View, and it's 40 characters,
40
40
stories.
stories from 40
40.
different authors. And
Holy
so
cow.
you're going to get Boba Fett in there. You're going to get, see if you can go down and get like a list of some of the characters
Yeah.
that are going to be on there.
Let me see if I can. Where is
It's
that?
underneath all the names.
Where? Do you see this?
Anyway, they're getting like 40 different authors to tell stories from certain characters' point of view. So, and it's 40 different characters.
Is it all from the same
Like
event?
no,
Or is- okay.
like it's just gonna be like little short stories. The bartender in the Tatooine cantina.
His perspective, of what happened.
Yes, you're gonna get his story, sort of on what happened. I know there's a Boba Fett one in there, and just 40 characters. I really
Yeah.
want to like go into it.
So
and,
there's
like, look them up.
Leia, Princess of Alderaan. You got Boba Fett. What's your Imperial officer in the
Who
Death
knows?
Star?
Oh, who
Neil
knows?
Patrick Harris.
Yeah,
As
it's gonna reading.
about a Imperial.
Yeah, they're getting like
officer.
these good voice actors to do some of the readings. That's why I want to get
John
the audio
Hamm is
book.
Boba Fett.
Okay.
That's pretty
That
cool.
does sound like it'd be kind of interesting.
I'm
It's-
so looking forward to it.
There's
Yeah,
Janina.
Janina Gavankar is gonna do her character.
from the Inferno Squad.
Yeah, from Inferno Squad.
yeah.
That's from the game.
Battlefront 2 game, yep.
Yeah, I'm interested.
So it's basically just 40 short stories.
Yes.
In one book.
In one book.
and
The audio would.
there's
be
all
cool.
the list of the authors.
Yeah, the audio to listen to like the voice actors, different people acting out the parts. It's gonna be really cool.
I'm trying to see if I recognize any of these writers.
I don't know.
I don't see anyone
I don't
that I
recognize
recognize.
Well, there's Pablo Hidalgo has a story.
Okay, there, there. That's probably
Will Wheaton
Oh, Will Wheaton.
wrote one. So there's some people that
That's interesting.
Right.
They got a Star Trek guy to write a Star Wars story.
Greg Rucka, he's written some of the younger like teen novels for the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just like definitely some well-known authors in there, and some up-and-coming authors that are going to be writing these stories. This book has me so intrigued. I just want to get it and pick it up and read it.
Yeah.
Because reading 40 stories, I'll be able to go through it faster. Because it's like that story will be just so quick. You know, you can get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock out a couple of them at a time.
I'm interested to see what Will Wheaton
Writes.
writes.
Oh yeah,
now.
Chuck Wendig. He did the
Yeah, I
Aftermath.
recognized his name.
Star Wars Aftermath
Yeah.
trilogy.
And
And Claudia Gray, she did the Lost Star, and she just did the
Phasma. Right? No?
Leia.
No,
the
Leia.
new Leia book that just came
yeah.
out.
Yeah, the new Leia
Yeah,
book.
I don't know. For me, it's like may not be enough detail in each story, but I'm just used to reading books
bet-
that are like 1,200 pages
But I know
long.
what our sister
But-
would say.
But
Where's Timothy Zahn?
but you might already have enough information depending on what story they're telling.
True.
From the movies or from things you've already
what you've
seen
seen.
them in. It just might be flipped and from what they're seeing.
Yeah.
So you might already know what happens, but it'll just be their interpretation.
Sure
I think
will.
it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, it does sound interesting, though.
Right.
I'll definitely read it. I'd love to hear the audio.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with that. Definitely the audio would be interesting.
It'd be cool to have on our trip we're making to Salt Lake Comic Con just to listen to some of the audio. I don't know if it's out by then.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It doesn't come out till like October 6th, I think.
Okay.
So, but anyway, we're going on to Gaming with Gamorreans.
Hey, we've only got some gaming
We finally got
information?
some new information on the Battlefront 2 game. Basically,
We got a
just,
leaker.
yeah, just some beta info from the new beta
So
that's
some
coming
maps,
out.
some modes, and the file size. So,
Yeah, a lot of
let's see here.
techie stuff.
yeah. So let's see here what we got. Should have looked at this before.
I post these to Facebook. You can go look
Yeah, I
at them
know.
anytime over there.
So, okay, so we got, according to some info, we got, the beta will include 3 maps. Galactic Assault, which is 40 players, on Theed. Starfighter Assault on Fondor, which is 24 players. As well as a mode called Strike, and set on the planet of Takodana.
Now, we all know where
Takodana.
Takodana is.
Which one is that one?
That's where Maz Kanata's castle is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know.
More
what's
over the
Theed,
beta.
though? Theed?
Theed is
That's the capital of Naboo.
Naboo, okay.
That's
And
where
then
Princess Amidala lives.
what was the other one?
Fondor.
That's the one I don't know
Fondor,
anything
I
about.
don't know anything about Fondor.
Good looking at that book.
The beta should surprisingly include the offline skirmish mode, which has been renamed to something like arcade. It will also contain solo, split screen, and co-op gameplay for up to 2 players. The heroes will be on the same same ones already seen in the build from the EA Play, and there will be new vehicle, the LAT gunship. However, or LAAT gunship. However, the leaker stated that it will go round and round like the U-wing and the Scarif map of the previous game. This would seem to suggest that it's on a predetermined flight path and thus cannot be fully controlled by players.
That's one of those things you can get on and like shoot from, but it's on a predetermined. You can't control the ship. That's what I take from it.
Yeah.
Maybe like that's a perk that you can get, like in a perk system, you can get up on there for like a certain amount of time and just start shooting people down on the field.
Maybe use the guns that are on if there's like a gun on the side like there is on the U-wing.
Yeah. As expected, the beta will be on all platforms, PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, and file size should be in between 14 and 16 gigabytes, which isn't that bad, actually.
Actually, no, that's not as bad as
I mean,
it could be.
Right.
It's not as bad as, like, something, say, Horizon Zero Dawn, which is, like, that game's way too big. And there will be 5 to 9 emotes available for soldiers. Basically, like, you can, like, salute people, you can wave at them. And
bow or whatever.
Yeah, bow. And players will be able to earn credits and collect cards, though obviously the progress will be lost at the end of the beta. So, yeah. So you don't get a head start.
So you don't get a
Which
head
is
start.
good.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, it would be a nice treat to be able to do the beta, but you shouldn't be able to keep this like your character that you built during the beta. That's
So it's
That
set
defeats
to,
the purpose.
Oh, they set it. They set. I think they set the launch back a couple days because I think it used to be November 14th. Now it's November 17th.
That's not a big deal. That's
no,
just
3 days.
3
is no big
days.
deal.
So, and according to developers, it's the most ambitious game made by EA yet, with 3 major studios: DICE, Criterion, and Motive working on it.
That's what I like. Is like it's a collaborative. It seems like it's more collaborative than just
I'm
EA
glad,
doing
yeah, EA and DICE was the one who did the first game,
Right.
And I'm glad that they're reaching out to more game developers to find, more people to work on it. Which I hope that, again, I hope that they do go with, like, Bethesda or BioWare with some of their future games. Because BioWare made, Knights of the Republic, and those games are awesome. Those games are amazing. So, I hope that they do make those. We staring at the cat.
I'm just wondering if he's going to bump the tripod or not. Okay, so what's our...
Oh,
is that it for...
Well,
That's it for Gaming with the Gomorians, but Dallin did find us a cool trailer for, what is it, a new Knights of the Old Republic expansion?
So, if you guys don't know, Star Wars The Old Republic.
Right.
Again, I had a little bit of a stroke there.
Okay.
Star Wars The Old
The Old
Republic is a free online MMO that you can play right now. Like, you can honestly go and sign up, and you can just download it on your computer and play it at any time. It used to be, like paid subscription where you had to pay every month. But when Disney bought out, Lucasfilm, they made it free so that you can play, whatever. And basically, the way I like to describe the Old Republic is all of the legends set in the Old Republic, that game is the home to it. Like, that game is the home to all of the legends stuff. At least when it comes to the Old Republic stuff. Like how the Mandalorians worked, how the bounty hunters worked, and the different planets and such. So, I showed you guys this trailer for Knights of the Eternal Throne, and what'd you guys think of it?
I think it's cool. I mean,
it's done really well. I mean, whoever made the trailer...
yeah, it's got,
it's done
great
really
animation, great graphics. Like the dark tone of it.
Yeah.
I just like the way it kind of like it looks old. Like it looks like it took place a long time ago.
Yeah,
way before the events of
The prequels.
Even the Phantom
prequels
Menace,
and
yeah.
way before. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Way
interesting
before.
to see the structures change throughout the years.
Yeah, I mean you can tell there's like a serious like something going on like between like the good and the light and the light side and the dark side.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, there's not the rule of two. There's a whole bunch of
Sith,
guys on the bad side.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of Sith. There's a whole bunch of Jedi.
Yep. This is before Darth Bane. And
you should
his
put
power.
make sure you put a link to that trailer.
Oh, I will.
And put it on our Facebook page.
I'll link it in the Facebook page, but also put a link at the
bottom of the description.
Yeah.
It's basically for Knights of the Eternal Throne, and I've never played it yet, but a lot of people have played it already, and a lot of people are saying that it's basically like Game of Thrones put into Star Wars, because it basically follows this entire this whole family, and you as the player go in and basically see this family trying to backstab each other into being the ruler of this house, of this Jedi house. And that's basically what it's about. And, some of the family members are in the light side of the Force, some of them are in the dark side of the Force. And so it's just this whole conflict between this one kind of kingdom of Jedi, which is interesting. I like the medieval type of thing that they do.
This is the type of TV series we need.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it takes place so long ago that the events from that could have zero effect. Absolutely zero on anything we already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it took place so long ago.
Yeah.
So
just to throw this out there, let's say, the Egyptians building the pyramids, has it affected my life today? No.
No. Not really.
They built that thousands of years ago. It affects me zero.
Yeah.
Or does it?
Yeah, maybe the mathematics behind how they built
right.
the pyramids.
And also, the history. You learn it in class.
Right,
but it's not enough that it's
there's
totally
no direct,
influences my life.
Right. There's no direct connection from that to me, though.
Now, I could see this being kind of, maybe if they did make a series about this event, right, happening, they could start it out, during the prequels, kind of in, a Clone Wars, when the Clone Wars took place, and maybe it's a master retelling the events to his Padawan, or his or her Padawan, of what happened way back then, so that to teach the Padawan a lesson of, the dark side or something, and how it can corrupt.
Sort of like the Princess Bride.
Kind of like the Princess Bride.
So you can tie it in? Is that what you're talking about? So
you could. I mean, it's so long ago. Yeah. And it can definitely teach a lesson. It could be kind of like a fairy tale that you read at nighttime.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. It's so long ago, it's become almost...
It's a legend. Yeah.
Or a fairy tale. It's
a fable. It's a legend. It's
right, but there's a moral to it, to the story,
Yeah,
it's myth almost.
Right.
But
it actually
it's like a
happened.
mythology. But it actually happened.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I love the Old Republic. Seriously, if you haven't played the Old Republic and you really like the Star Wars video games, definitely go check it out. Granted, it has nothing to do with canon anymore, but that actually gave BioWare and EA, who still runs the game, some incentive to just go you know what? We're not part of canon anymore. We can do whatever the heck we want. So there's some crazy stuff that happens in those games, and it gets kind of ridiculous at times, but it's all fun. And you get to pick. Who, if you want to be light, if you want to be dark, regardless on what side you pick, or whether you're on the Empire or on the Jedi side, you can be a bad Jedi, or you can be kind of a good Imperial person. And there's multiple storylines. There's over 8 storylines that you can do, and with expansions that even builds up to 9, because this one is a completely new character that you can play, that you can get a completely new storyline. So. Yeah, I'm all for the Old Republic. It's a very fun game.
So, how do you interact? How does your character play into the story we saw on...
I think you are the youngest sibling of the family.
Since it's a multiplayer, right? Massive multiplayer.
Yeah. And, I mean, they kind of act like the other characters are just going along the same journey as you, and maybe they're your other siblings or cousins or so on and so forth. And that's kind of how they tie that into the story. To be honest, the cool thing about the game is that there's no chosen one in any of the stories. You're just a person who does their job. But, like, you know, you get roped into a storyline, and you just end up becoming the main character of that storyline. But it doesn't make you feel like you're not special at all, because, you know, other people are doing the storyline. You still feel special, but at the same time you don't, because you just feel like any other bounty hunter or any other clone trooper, or not clone trooper, but any other trooper for the Old Republic, or so on and so forth, or any other Jedi at that time. So, yeah, I really love this game. It's a fun game. I've been playing it a lot recently. I kind of took a break from it, but I recently got back into it, and it's tons of fun, especially if you have other people who are big gamers and love Star Wars, and you can, like, Skype with them or Discord with them and play the game together, because you can, like, group up. And then the cool thing is in this game is when you group up and you go into a dialogue section, you guys can do the dialogue section together and choose your own choices, and you guys roll, basically, like, they do, like, this kind of digital rolling of a dice, and whoever gets the highest number says that.
Gets to choose which way you go. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Yeah, basically, and it's really interesting. So it's a lot of fun. Definitely go check it out. All right, so that kind of wrapped up both Gaming with Gamorreans and Legends at the same time. So 2 for 1 special.
Well, maybe a triple. That pretty much will wrap up the episode.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep, it does. All right.
So I hope that you all enjoyed. Jay, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at jwilsonbydesign or on Twitter at jbird51.
I don't do social media.
And you can find me on YouTube as well. Gaming channel, I do gameplay videos. Right now I'm doing playthroughing right now, so definitely go check those out. And yeah.
Again, like, comment, subscribe.
Of course.
We always want to hear what you guys think.
Follow our Facebook page. Yep, that's about it. So we'll see you all next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.